Flirting with 30-point triple doubles. Okay, and I think we take away from him for the simple fact of the talent that's around.
The NBA is no stranger to drama, but the story of Kendrick Perkins and the Boston Celtics stands out as one of the most compelling. So, why did a beloved former player who was integral to the Celtics' 2008 championship suddenly find himself banned by the very franchise he once helped elevate? Was it his fiery personality, his outspoken opinions, or something more personal? The tale behind this fallout is filled with controversy, betrayal, and shocking twists. Let's dive into the reasons behind the Celtics' decision to distance themselves from Perkins and explore how a once heroic figure turned into one of the most polarizing voices in the NBA. Kendrick Perkins' journey took an unexpected turn during his time on ESPN, not for his fiery opinions, but for a moment that cemented his place as an insider.
I'm not ruling out the Knicks, but I think the Nets are the front runners and people are not giving them the...
How come?
Just because. I mean, sources tell me that the Nets are the front
runners for your former teammate, Kevin Durant.
It all started when Perkins broke major news about his former teammate and friend, Kevin Durant. He said, "I'm not counting out the Knicks, but I think the Nets are the front runners. Sources tell me they're leading for KD." As expected, the basketball world erupted. Perkins, a beloved teammate of Durant, had credibility, and his intel was spot on. This revelation skyrocketed Perkins' demand as an NBA analyst. However, unlike seasoned insiders like Adrian Wojnarowski, Perkins knew breaking news wasn't his long-term game. Instead, he leaned into his natural charisma, carving a niche with bold, unfiltered takes. He didn't hold back, calling Kyrie Irving disrespectful to Boston and slamming him for poor leadership. Knicks fans didn't escape his critics either.
Fans especially thought Kristaps Porzingis had value.
No, not at all. I just never been high on the big man that's a diva, and I feel like he is a diva to the max. I could name 20 guys that I'd take over him right now.
Really?
Wow.
As Perkins dismissed Kristaps Porzingis, saying, "I've never been a fan of a big man who acts like a diva." Perkins' ability to stir conversations, paired with his candid personality, made him a fixture in basketball commentary, proving that sometimes a controversial take is the winning play. Kendrick Perkins never shied away from sharing his opinions, but his boldness has always been a double-edged sword. Back when he started in NBA media, Perkins was still finding his voice. His takes were sharp, but his delivery wasn't as fiery. For instance, he once said, "I feel like he's a diva to the max. I can name 20 guys I'd take over him right now," showing a glimpse of the outspoken personality he'd later become known for. As Perkins gained confidence, his energy shifted. He famously tweeted, "Who does ESPN and FS1 in the same morning 45 minutes apart? Big Perk does," signaling his arrival as a media personality. Coaching? Forget it. Perkins realized that talking trash and delivering spicy commentary came naturally to him. While legends like Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley were the usual media stars, Perkins, without the Hall of Fame resume, made his mark by being unapologetically himself. His ability to stir debate earned him a full-time ESPN contract, even as other analysts like Zach Lowe faced layoffs. Yet Perkins' career hasn't been without setbacks. 5 years in, reports revealed he was banned by the Boston Celtics, his longtime team. Allegedly, someone within the organization expressed deeply negative sentiments about him, further straining their relationship. Meanwhile, Perkins continues his ventures, including promoting platforms like So Rare, a fantasy basketball game tied to the NBA's new Emirates Cup. This tournament and its rewards, including cash prizes, have fans hooked, just like Perkins' candid commentary keeps audiences tuning in. Recently, he spotlighted the Emirates Cup, where players can join contests for free and still win big, with $15,000 awarded in common contests alone. However, Perkins' evolving media persona hasn't come without sacrifices. His once close friendship with Kevin Durant became a flashpoint. While Durant's MVP speech celebrated Perkins as one of the best teammates I've ever had, things later soured.
The moment you got here, man, you just changed my whole perception of you. Just one of the best teammates I ever had, man. I thank you so much. The late night calls after tough games, you texting me, telling me I'm an MVP.
Perkins, leveraging their bond for breaking news, stirred the pot with controversial takes, including declaring Russell Westbrook as the greatest Thunder player. Durant clapped back on Twitter, mocking Perkins' career stats by saying, "Our starting center averaged a whopping 2 and 3. You played hard though, champ." Perkins' journey highlights how his bold personality has built his brand, but strained key relationships along the way, showing the cost of living in the spotlight. Kendrick Perkins didn't hold back when responding to Kevin Durant's jab about his career. On ESPN, Perkins fired back, accusing Durant of making the weakest move in NBA history by joining the Warriors after blowing a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals against them. Perkins also took personal shots, saying Durant's championship didn't feel legitimate and accusing him of taking the coward's way out. This sparked more media attention, putting Perkins front and center again, even though it came at the cost of losing more friendships. The situation reminded people of how Charles Barkley's outspoken opinions eventually led to a fallout with Michael Jordan. Barkley criticized Jordan's leadership as an NBA owner, which contributed to an 11-year silence between the two. Similarly, Perkins has found himself isolated, particularly from the Celtics franchise. Despite playing a key role in their 2008 championship victory, Perkins' relationship with the Celtics soured over time. When the team celebrated their 2024 title, sources revealed that Perkins was unwelcome in Boston. Attempts to get a spot at TD Garden were blocked, with some players even distancing themselves from him. His blunt commentary and past criticisms have made him a polarizing figure, both in the media and among former teammates.
To me, he will always be remembered as a Boston Celtic.
Kendrick Perkins has always been outspoken about the Boston Celtics, but his critiques have recently crossed the line, creating more tension with the team. One of his biggest targets has been Jason Tatum, whom he has repeatedly questioned, even calling him not a real superstar.
No one in the NBA is scared right now of the Boston Celtics. This is why the New York Knicks went out and they went and got Mikal Bridges and they upgraded their roster. This is why
Perkins took his criticism further, claiming that the Celtics had an easy path to the finals and that other teams, like the New York Knicks and the Philadelphia 76ers, strengthened their rosters because they weren't afraid of the Celtics. This statement, suggesting that the Celtics were the least feared team, was particularly baffling. If teams truly weren't scared of Boston, wouldn't they just remain stagnant? But the real trouble came when Perkins attacked Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla's basketball IQ. Mazzulla took over as head coach mid-season after Ime Udoka's suspension, and though he led the team to the conference finals, Perkins still questioned his abilities.
take his brain out and you put it in the bird is going to start flying backwards, okay? You got that, Joe Mazzulla. You know why I say that?
He didn't just say Mazzulla was a bad coach. He went as far as making a scathing comment, saying, if you take his brain out and put it in a bird, the bird is going to start flying backwards. This comment was seen as crossing a line by many, especially as it was deeply personal and unnecessary. While Perkins is known for his fiery opinions, this particular attack seemed to burn bridges not just with Mazzulla, but also with the Celtics organization, which felt Perkins was stirring up drama rather than offering constructive criticism. Kendrick Perkins' fallout with his ex-teammates, especially Brian Scalabrine, continued to escalate.
Quite honest, I don't give a right? I don't give a Scal, who the are you? Who are you to be shot calling?
Right.
You was the same motherfucker that when we won a championship, you was in street clothes, hurry up and went changed into your jersey so once we started taking pictures, you could know that you was part of the team.
After Perkins was excluded from the Celtics' 2024 championship celebrations, Perkins claimed he didn't care about not being invited, but his response to Scalabrine's comments suggested otherwise. On All the Smoke, Perkins passionately attacked Scalabrine's character, accusing him of riding the coattails of the 2008 championship, even saying that Scalabrine wasn't even properly dressed when the team took championship photos. Perkins' emotional and personal attack on Scalabrine highlighted how deeply the exclusion hurt him, contradicting his earlier statements that he was indifferent. Much of this drama seems like petty gossip, but it underscores the impact of Perkins' decisions after his NBA career. His controversial opinions and outspoken personality have certainly helped his media career, but they've also led to strained relationships. When it comes to money, Perkins' earnings from the NBA were substantial, around $57.7 million in total, with his peak salary reaching $7.4 million per year. However, the media spotlight could offer him even greater earnings. For instance, Charles Barkley, a longtime NBA analyst, earns around $21 million a year, and his contract with TNT is valued at $210 million, figures Perkins could aspire to if he keeps making waves in the media. This move into the media world, however, has come with significant personal costs, including damaged relationships with former teammates and organizations like the Celtics. As for his career transition, Perkins might eventually rival stars like Barkley if his on-screen persona continues to draw attention, but it's clear that, for now, burning bridges has been part of his path to fame. Switching gears to on-court performance, Chet Holmgren's second-year leap is being highlighted as a surprising success story in the NBA, as he's been performing at a high level while other highly anticipated rookies, like Victor Wembanyama, have faced struggles. Our video is ending now, but before we go, what do you think about Kendrick Perkins' controversial relationship with the Celtics? Do you agree with the banishment, or do you think he was unfairly treated? We're eager to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed our exploration of this heated topic, please give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content. Thanks for watching.
He's been taking over games. We know that he's a walking bucket. We know that he improved his three-point shooting, his form or whatever, which helped his three-point shooting.